Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sheila, and today I'm going to show you this Christmas ephemera book that I created for a friend. It's based on how I made my other paper bag journals, and I just did this one a little bit different, so I thought I'd show you the finished project, and then I'm going to show you how I put it together. So for this I used these bags, and let's see, they measure about 4 1/8. I think they're 8 1/2 by about 8 1/2, and I'll get to the specs about it after I show you the finished project. The paper pad that I used for this journal, I hope that's not too shiny. Yeah, it's kind of shiny. Let me take it out. I used this 6x6 paper pad that I bought at Hobby Lobby. They had like 50% off, so I used this as my base pages, and a really nice pad. As you can see, I saved my scraps in the same bag as I put my paper pads. I do that for my 12x12 pads also. So the finished project measures about, let's see, about 4 3/4 by 5 1/2, and I used 3 bags to create this. I used a piece of that cardstock. I used some ribbon, some gems. This might look like metal, but it's actually cardstock, which metal I did my, if you see my Winter Wonderland journal that I just created, I used a piece of metal that I embossed with my scanning cut. But metal's so expensive, so I tried it with the foil cardstock, and I mean, it looks just as good. I love how that looks. I have it tied with this pretty Christmas ribbon that I think I got at Michael's. It's either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. On the spine here I have this embossed felt. I believe I got this at Hobby Lobby, I could be wrong. And then I just added this little charm. There's a little angel charm here and some beads. And then the back, I didn't do much with the back, I just left it plain. And let's go inside. So here's the first pocket. Now some of the items are new, some of the items are reused. I recycle some of the things I get because, you know, I can't keep everything, so it's a mixture of new and recycled items. Like for instance, this Santa and this snowflake is recycled from a swap that someone had sent me. For some reason there's a yellow thing. I bet you that came off the front. A yellow gem that doesn't belong there. Must have fell off the front. But this is the first pocket, and I created some tags. I didn't create all tags, but there's like, I guess there's like a few tags in here. Now this tag and this tag, the images came from a digital kit which I will name below. But this one I left blank for journaling, and I just added some of these Christmas, what do they call that, confetti, with some bandage piece and a gem. And then here I just used a piece of that background paper, and on this side I used, this is from my digital kit, which is a coffee dye kit, and I will link that below also. And I just use Christmas wishes, and this is some foil tape that I have. That's foil tape. I don't remember where I got that from. Comes in a little dispenser, like a tape dispenser. I have no clue where I bought it from. But here I took a piece of the 6x6 paper, I folded it in half so that I could have design paper on both sides, and then I just did a little embellishment. Oops. So why aren't you going in? Now on this journal, I didn't keep the openings up here open. I actually sealed them off. And the reason why I did that, especially if you're going to add corner pieces, you're not going to have a lot of room to put stuff in here. I mean, you could manage to stick a little bit in there because I didn't close it all the way off. But for this journal, I didn't do anything. That's up to you if you want to add or not. So on this side, I took one of these little bags that someone gave me, and I decorated the front with just a whole bunch of this is actually a Christmas tag, gift tag. This deer was recycled. Someone sent me this flower. I used some thread. Behind the pocket there's some of that bandage stuff. I have this little cardinal that I think I got that at Hobby Lobby. Some gems, some of this green ribbon stuff here, and then I've made these two tags, some more journaling paper there, and then these two pockets here. I'm not going to take everything out of the pockets because I got them in there a certain way, but there's a whole bunch of ephemera pieces, all different kinds. Like here's this little Santa, but I stuffed them with a whole bunch of items. Now these are good ideas, you know, if you want to send as a gift, put a gift card in it or whatever you like. But I'm probably going to make a few of these that don't have too much ephemera and add them to my shop so that people can put their own ephemera. I might add a couple tags that I make, but I'm not sure yet. But I think I'm going to do that. Make a few of these to put in my shop, and then people can buy them and put their own ephemera in them. Alright, so that's that. Put that aside. I don't know if this did come off. Okay. Oh, here's another one. I guess I need to, like, glue them better. Okay. Move this away. Alright. So what I said before, you need 3 bags. Or whatever, how many bags you want. I use 3. And then in between the bags, you're going to need pieces of cardstock. And you measure the length of the book to get your measurement for your gusset. And I think I used 1 1/4 inches for my gusset. Yes, 1 1/4 inches, and I think they're by 5 inches, 5.5. So you could use whatever size bag you want. And I'm going to show you how I put that one together. So first, before I did anything, I glued this part of the bag down. And then I opened my bags up, and where you're going to take this bottom piece here and you're going to fold it up. Okay? And take your bone folder, fold it up so you got a crease. So when you open the sides here to glue, that little crease mark right here, you're not going to glue. Leave that unglued so that your bag folds better. If that makes sense. And you're going to do both sides. And I would use glue, not double-sided tape, unless you got really strong double-sided tape. Just do that. Then you're going to fold this up, and then you're going to put a bead of glue here and a bead of glue there, and leave the top part open so that you can form your pocket. Now just put that aside and do your other two. These are a good gift to give someone. You could put all kinds of stuff in the pockets. Pictures, gift cards, treats, so many different ideas, ribbons, I don't know, it's endless. The possibility is endless to use these for. These could be good for any occasion. Doesn't have to just be Christmas. You could make a regular junk journal out of them, and on the gusset in between you can make this wider. This middle piece, make it wider so that you can add journal pages like I have in my other book, which I will link below, the tutorials for that. And on this journal, I'm keeping the bags up the long way, I guess, instead of this way. You could do it this way too if you wanted. Then you'd have to measure your gusset this length, and then put your pocket that way if you want, whichever way you want to do it. So however many bags you have, I forgot to mention that, I think, you'll need one less of these, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And you could make one of these in a day. It doesn't take too long. And I think I made mine in 2 days because I take breaks in between. I don't like sit down one session usually and decorating stuff. It takes me a couple days, but that's just me. Okay, so now you let that dry a little, and then after you fold this end up to form the pocket, now you're going to measure the length of your bags this way, and mine are about 5.5. So whatever your bag measures this way is the size of your gusset. If you want to make your bags this way, then you measure how many inches you need for your gussets this way. Now these measure 5.5 by 1 1/4, and I scored 1/4 of an inch on either side. And let me see, I think it's 1/4 inch and then 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6/8. I scored it at 1/4 inch, and then I scored it at 6/8. Okay, so I have 3 bags, so I need 2 of these. If I had 4 bags, I would need 3. If I had 5 bags, I would need 4. So it's 1 less than how many bags you have. Okay. So now, when you put these together, the first 2 you can lay, the front and back, you got to make sure that you have a flat surface, not the pocket showing. Those pockets have to be turned on the inside, on the front and back. But the middle one, it doesn't matter which way you lay it. Okay? So, Now I'm going to add my gussets. And again, I would use glue, not double-sided tape, because you don't want your book to fall apart. And unless you have really strong tape that doesn't fall apart, especially if it's a humid area, because I know from experience, if you live in a humid area, that double-sided tape is not going to stay stuck together. So if you use it, you always got to add some glue to it also. So I'm buttoning this one right up to the edge of the first page, and I'm spreading that glue with the bone folder. Adding glue to this side, and then taking my next bag and I'm lining it up as good as I can. Okay, now laying down the next one. Can't believe Thanksgiving is here already. It's crazy. And I know it's going to be different for a lot of people because they can't have family over. I know we're not having any family over. And it's just a crazy year. It's horrible that a lot of families aren't going to be together. It's sad. Alright. Alright. Alright, so that's it. That. So there's your 3 bags. Now, I did forget one step, was another spine piece, which I'm going to pause this for one moment. Okay, back. I forgot about the spine. So I went and cut a piece of cardstock. This one is about 2 inches by 5.5. So you want it the length of your bag. And what I do sometimes is I lay my back of the book and kind of measure, and of course I didn't have a pen or a pencil ready, so I try to place my spine in the middle and just make a little mark on either side so you know where to score it. And then get your scoreboard out and score it. Now this piece, it doesn't matter if it's quite even, only because you're going to cover it up anyway. It's just to give your book a little more sturdiness. So before I glue it, I want to make sure it lays in there. And as you can see, it lays in there perfect. So you can see that this side is a little bit shorter than this side, but that doesn't matter because you're going to cover it up later anyway. So lay some glue down. And then place your book in the middle here. Try to line it up. And then what I do is I open my book like this. and then smooth and spread that glue out. Now I would stop right now and let that all glue dry before you go on to the next step. So you can leave it just like that, let that all dry, and that's where I'm going to end this video. And the next one, the part 2, will decorate the pages on the next one. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to add them below. I will list the other information in the description box below. And as always, you have a wonderful day. Happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you get to be with your families, but if you don't, I hope you can be with them in some way. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.